Hi there, welcome back to another Cricut Design Space tutorial. I am your Cricut coach, Rebecca, with Hops and Hospitality. I hope you have seen our other beginner videos by now, and if not, please make sure you subscribe and check out our channel to make sure that you're looking at all the basics from beginner to end and can advance with your Cricut design skills. I don't work for Cricut Design Space, never have, but I truly love my Cricut Maker and I want to be able to share that with you all. So if you are having fun with your new Cricut machine but want to learn more, go ahead and click subscribe below. Make sure to follow us, make sure to find us on Facebook, and we will make sure to cover the topics that you want the most. Today, I want to show you how to use multicolor images and how you can figure out what layers are involved and learn to be able to change them and manipulate them to look how you want. Cricut has so many fun tools, and yes, it gives us some ready-to-go projects and plenty of ready-to-go designs, but sometimes you might want to make one or two small tweaks, but you don't see where you can or how you can. You think the image is set the way it's set. So I have a perfect example of this today. I have scrolled over to images and typed in flower as my search. And as you can see, there are over 5,000 results, but I loved this tropical hibiscus here. Now, this is part of Cricut Access. That's what that green tag with an A means. I do have Cricut Access. I find it's amazing and highly worth it because I like to look around, browse, and as soon as I see something I know I want to use, I don't like to have to think about whether it was free or part of what I am allowed to have without paying. I like to just decide this is what I was looking for, click it and go. So for now, I will insert this image and you will see that right now it is actually a 5-color image. Might not seem like that, but we'll see in a second that that is what's happening here. Now, if I want to change the colors, of course, you always have the option to print it out on a mat in whatever color you want. So if I wanted this flower to be pink, I could simply put pink vinyl or pink paper on my mat when I went to print it and print that orange layer on pink. Cricut won't know and won't stop me. So that's certainly an easy way for your end project if you don't want to spend too much time in the design space feature. However, if you are a visual designer and you want to, especially if you're doing a big complicated project, you want to know how it's going to look before it comes out and you don't want to get mixed up around all of the layers that you're using, you might want to put it in Design Space the way that you're envisioning it in your head to help it come to life. So in this case, we've clicked this image and you'll notice that the square automatically wraps around the entire image. That means that this image is being seen as one design right now. Because it's several colors, we know that it's not all welded together. And what we can do is scroll over to this right-hand menu and we can see that the ungroup option is allowing us to select it, which we will go ahead and do now. And you will also see that there were 5 layers that were showing us they were one. Now it's showing us that they are 5 individual layers, but we can see exactly what's happening here in this design. We can see that there is a single red circle for the center. We can see this orange outline of the petals. We can actually see that there is a white background behind the orange. We can see that there are blue leaves, and then we can see that there are white leaves behind the blue leaves. So now we have the flexibility to do whatever we want with this design because it's ungrouped entirely. If you want to go back and make your flower pink, you can either click on the petals themselves, or it's always good to know that you have the option to click on the layer itself on this right-hand menu, because sometimes as you get into more intricate designs or you have layers upon layers, if you wanted to click the bottom layer, it becomes more difficult. In this case, rather than trying to click on the thin line that the white background is going through, I can click on that white layer on the menu. So let's go ahead and just show you how that would work. Let's say we think leaves should be green. We're traditionalists. And there you go. We are able to put the colors we want together and see what our finished project is going to look like when we print it out in the colors that we're looking to use. Now, another thing you are going to be able to do is to move the layers around. We can see that this is not all attached, and so therefore if I want to move these, for instance, if I don't want leaves on this flower, I can move the leaves out. I can delete the leaves entirely. And then you'll see here is that white base that was behind the whole image. This is kind of the piece that looks like it was keeping it together. If you were going to print this as cardstock, it would be a 5-layer cardstock image. So it would be cute on a scrapbook. It'd be a little bit 3D if you were using it for scrapbook or card. However, for us, let's say we don't want this design, or we don't need the background at all. We can exit it, so we are not wasting vinyl. There's no reason for us to print that if we are putting this on a shirt, if we're ironing it onto something, if we're using even just adhesive vinyl. So now you can see we are down to 3 layers, which is good. But again, what if we don't really need this last layer? A couple of options here. One option, you can go to the right menu again and see this eyeball icon. If you click that, it means it hides this layer. So it's hard to see because this layer is in white right now. So let me make this background in black so you can see what's happening, right? So I will show you, see this right now. What's happening is this image is a black base with a pink flower on top and then a little red center to finalize it. If I decide there is no reason to have a base backing, like this would be cute on the shirt as is. I just need these 2 pieces and I like that you can see through the petals. A couple of options. Of course, you can either drag these away like I just did and delete this entirely or decide not to print it out. Or if you are like me and you want to keep the image together as much as possible so you can go back to it in the future and try to use it a few different ways, you can go ahead and click on the right side menu, click the layer you're talking about. For us, it's now this black background, and click the eyeball icon, which just hides that layer. So what that means is that layer is still there. If you decide you want to change the design, you don't have to start all over. If you realize I do want a backing to this, or now I want to use it for a paper craft and I want it to be 3D, click that eyeball. It's exactly where you put it in the first place. But while this icon is off, you will not see it in Design Space, and it will not print out as part of your Make It. See, right now, if I click Make It, there is no black flower design background printing out at all. So those are a few quick ways that you can find some really cool images and projects ready to go in Cricut Design Space, but recognize where and how you have the flexibility and the capacity to change them to make them perfect for what you are looking to do. Hopefully this was a helpful video and some good quick tips, and we will look forward to seeing you next time on our next tutorial. Please make sure you subscribe and tell us in the comments below if this video was helpful and what you want to learn next in Cricut Design Space. See you next time.